Here, let me try a version that can serve as an intro for the whole piece. Tell me when we're good.
Hey everybody, this is Phil Kohler with Polygon. I'm being joined by my good friend Dave Tack.
Hey buddy.
Hello, and Dave, I know you've done some reporting on Outlast 2. It's almost here. I got to go and play about an hour and a half of the game last week, and we're showing some quick clips from that footage here. This is the actual very intro of the game where you're flying into this this strange area, and you know your flight doesn't go very well.
I'll be darned.
Yeah, some bad stuff going down in this game. Now, Dave, like I said, I know you've done some writing about this. How are you feeling? Are you pretty hyped about the full thing?
I really enjoyed my time with it. I played it at PAX East 2016.
Sure.
And depending on where you're playing here, it might be a lot of the same stuff.
I'm sure it's at least some of the same stuff.
Yeah.
But like I said, I played for a good hour and a half, 2 hours, so played quite a bit. As you can see, building on the core gameplay of the first Outlast, which involved using a camera, walking around some scary areas, but the big difference is that now you're exploring a much wider open area. It's not just this like very claustrophobic, abandoned mental asylum. It is now this big open area, and they play with that a lot. There are a lot of portions of the game where there's a lot of directions you can run in. A lot of what I'm showing now in this footage is just this sort of atmosphere building early stuff, which I love. I think this game does so well. This is just so creepy, and so good. And what I also love about this is the level of detail in everything.
Mm-hmm.
Everything just looks almost like you could mistake it for real footage. Like, I was editing this footage together, and my wife walked by, and I think she thought that I might have gone on some sort of creepy adventure.
Well, I mean, it's hard to blame her.
Yeah, absolutely. But then we're going to get to the actual, like, the more dangerous gameplay here, which is you're getting chased by creepy, evil bad guys. Like this nice lady with a big pickaxe here, and that's
how
right.
You intended it to go?
That's right in the... I should probably put on a blood warning here. The other thing this game does, of course, is it's also messing with your head a little bit, so it hops back and forth between... You have these weird hallucinations if you're walking around in a school.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wanted to show off one of these parts because, again, of just the amount of detail and how damn good this looks.
That was the impression that I got when I played it. It's like, I honestly couldn't have said at the time what the heck the game was about, but I knew that it was creepy enough to suck me in.
Yeah.
And part of that is absolutely the visuals. Like there is a sense of immersion, I guess is the right word, even though it sounds a little silly, but like you buy into the universe really, really quickly.
And what you're seeing here is you're getting a creepy dude on a loudspeaker talking about God and Jesus. The game's themes are very much around religion. It's a lot of, you're in this weird valley that seems to have been forgotten by time, and everybody is, I guess, Christian, but like a really
distorted, strange.
Yeah, a really hardcore,
version.
Terrifying version of Christian. As somebody who was raised Catholic, I am definitely into this. I'm into the kind of horror that engages with religion and tries to talk about what happens when religion goes too far.
Right.
So I'm really into those themes.
Yeah, and like part of it was, I think I called it out in my headline. Like I said, it was creepy, disjointed, provocative, and Catholic.
Yeah.
Because it's there, and it's obviously meant to be provocative and strange. And I am Catholic, raised Catholic, went to Catholic school, did all the stuff.
Yeah.
So it's not, when there were those flashbacks like you were in grade school.
Yeah.
It didn't look all that dissimilar to where I went to school.
No, precisely the same. Yeah, that's part of why I think that's so effective for me. Mm-hmm. I will certainly be curious to see if and how effective it is for people who maybe didn't have that same upbringing. What you're seeing here is you do meet some people who are not just trying to kill you, which is interesting.
That's nice.
That's not something the original Outlast had much of, maybe just a teensy bit. But it seems like, and from talking with the developers, they're going for a story that is a lot more complex than the original. That is doing a lot more than the original did.
I think that's the point, and sort of also what you want from a sequel, right? Like, there's a first attempt, and then there's like, we liked all of that, and we want to build and expand on that foundation.
Although also worth noting that they did tell me, you know, they didn't want to spoil anything, but they did say it is connected to the first. There's a reason it's Outlast 2 and not, you know, different name. So for those who did love the first, there will be some connection. They're actually they've released a bunch of comic books. I think they said 4 of them, and there's a 5th coming that tie bridge the gap between the two. So something bad going on in this area, I feel like.
It's
something.
I don't want to visit here. I mean, I do in a game.
I mean, you're here now, so it's too late.
I don't have a choice.
This is so we're getting near the end of the video now, but I did want to show off one of my favorite sections of what I played. One of the most difficult, frustrating sections in terms of gameplay, but also like so evocative is this area here. You know, you can see suddenly there's a locked gate. There's guys coming. What do I do? Oh, I can get through here, and then suddenly I'm in this giant cornfield.
I played this, yes.
Yeah, and it's so effective and so creepy. Just like, okay, I'm running through this cornfield. I just read Stephen King's Children of the Corn like a few months ago, and this totally gave me the same vibes as reading that, which is like having that translate to a game is super cool. And it's just this lengthy section of like, hide in the cornfields, try not to get caught. If you do get caught, try and lose them by going deeper into the cornfields.
Right.
And try not to lose your way yourself.
Well, that's the thing, right? It's like it's built-in cover.
Yeah.
The corn can be, but also as soon as you go in, you sort of lose sight of where
the heck am I supposed to go? Yeah, it's a really interesting part, and I can already see where some people playing through this section are going to be really frustrated.
I was going to ask about that.
Yeah, they're going to be like, where the hell do I go? What am I supposed to do here? I definitely hit a little bit of that as I was like 15 minutes into this section and just like, what am I doing? But I kind of appreciate, like, it feels purposeful, if that makes sense. Right. Like, it feels like that's the goal of this section. Like, that's what it would be like running and hiding from these killers in the middle of a cornfield. Like,
right. You just sort of worry, at least personally, about like, am I supposed to just die 15 times before I get the layout in my head?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's going to be really interesting to see as the game progresses, as I play through the full thing, how much of the game, you know, what the balance is between sections like that versus more straightforward stuff. I feel like the original game, one of the things I read about it a lot and felt playing it myself as well is that it was very straightforward. There wasn't a lot of difficulty in figuring this stuff out. Here I'm just showing hiding in some barrels, including hiding in barrels full of water, which is pretty gross.
You sure it's water, Phil?
I hope it's water. I don't know. But I have enjoyed my time with the game thus far, and I'm very much looking forward to playing the full thing hopefully soon. It is out at the end of this month, so it should be we should be getting our review copy relatively quickly here, and I'm excited by it. Are you gonna play the full thing?
I think I've been primed for more sort of first-person survival horror, like on the other side of Resident Evil 7.
Sure.
It's not quite the same, you know, game, but there are a lot of similarities.
Don't think you're going to get any shotguns in this.
Not so
I asked the developers when the shotgun was going to show up, and they just laughed at me. So I don't know what that means. And then this happened. I got hit by this big sack of meat. So
not so good.
Yeah. Outlast 2 coming out soon. Going to be on Xbox One, PS4, and PC, and it's looking pretty gross. Thanks for joining me, Dave, and thanks for watching, everybody.
A church? No. Some kind of heretic temple.